Good evening. The Sarawak government remains committed to strengthening access to affordable housing through the implementation of various programs that not only provide quality housing but also ensure the well-being and stability of the people, particularly the B40 group and low-income households. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Professor Dr. Sim Kui Hian said that the provision of housing should not be seen as merely building physical structures, but rather as an effort to develop a safe, inclusive and resilient community. He said that the Housing Development Corporation (HDC) continues to play a strategic role in realising the Sarawak government's aspiration to provide quality, affordable and sustainable housing to improve the people's living standards.
One such initiative is the People Housing Program, PPR, which provides affordable rental housing to eligible families, serving as a temporary social safety net. The program offers a stable and secure living environment, helping families improve their quality of life, achieve greater financial stability, and progress toward long-term self-reliance and housing independence.
He said this in his text of speech read by Deputy Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government Datuk Michael Tiang Ning T at the HDC 2026 Ngiling Bidai ceremony held at the Wisma Sultan Tengah on Tuesday. With the increasing demand for public housing, he said rental reviews are carried out regularly in all PPR schemes managed by HDC throughout Sarawak to ensure that government assistance is channeled to those who truly need it.
We do it according to our established policy and guidelines. These reviews ensure that assistance continues to reach to those who genuinely require support. And we believe that these measures are not intended to disadvantage any individual or family. Rather, they reflect the Sarawak government's responsibility to ensure that limited public resources in housing are managed fairly, transparently, and compassionately for the benefit of more families in need.
Public figures are advised to be mindful of their speech and use of language in every situation, as the statements delivered can directly or indirectly influence the society, especially the youth and young people. Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and UKAS, Dato' Abdullah Saidol said that individuals who are often in the public eye must ensure that their speeches are well prepared to avoid any statements that may cause misunderstandings or affect the reputation of certain parties. According to him, a prepared text of speech is crucial, particularly for those unfamiliar with speaking spontaneously.
Saya rasa mereka harus berhati-hati ketika berucap. Jadi antara bentengnya ialah menyediakan teks ucapan yang baik. Kalau dah tahu kemampuan untuk berucap secara spontan tu tidak begitu baik, saya rasa elok teks ucapan disediakan. Sebab kadang-kadang mak kata orang tersasul kata. Kesan dia kadang-kadang tidak baik.
He said this when met by reporters after the opening ceremony of the Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka DBP inaugural publication briefing and book launching ceremony of Agenda Pemikiran Hazami Jahari, DBP Director General at Bangunan Sultan Iskandar here on Tuesday. Dato' Abdullah expressed hope that the book launched today can serve as a guide for those who often give public speeches, including events hosts and news readers, to always be civilized and careful in their use of language. He added that the responsibility of being mindful of speech does not lie solely with the DBP, but is also borne by all parties to ensure that the harmony of the country, which consists of various races and religions, is maintained. On the same note, Dato' Abdullah said the harmony that has long been Sarawak's strength and identity should not be pawned to gain political attention or popularity. He said that any party, particularly political leaders, must be more responsible when raising sensitive issues that could give rise to unease in the community.
Jadi saya, kalau ada pun saya lontarkan balik persoalannya. Apa niat dia sebenarnya? Tapi kalau hanya untuk meraih politik, saya rasa itu satu adab politik yang cetek, dan saya rasa inilah contoh orang politik yang tidak harus kita ikutlah. kita moving forward. Kita sekarang dalam suasana di mana kita sedang melihat agenda-agenda yang positif yang boleh membawa kita ke depan. Bukan patah balik ke belakang dan menimbulkan keresahan.
He was asked to comment on statements issued by politicians claiming that there was an agreement in the past regarding the priority of Malays for the post of Sarawak Chief Minister. Commenting further, Dato' Abdullah added that although history has value as a guide, certain things should not be brought up as it could cause tension among the multiracial and multi-religious community. He said the current priority is to ensure that the next generation inherits a peaceful, advanced, progressive and competitive Sarawak. Sarawak continues to play an important role in strengthening Bahasa Malaysia as the national language, in addition to acting as the best example in persevering and developing the nation's indigenous languages. National Sastrawan and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka DBP, Dato' Dr. Anwar Ridwan, said the Sarawak's contribution to the development of the nation's language and literature cannot be separated from the history of the development of the DBP, especially since the establishment of the Sarawak branch of DBP almost 5 decades ago. In conjunction with DBP's 70th anniversary celebration, which took place in Sarawak, the services of Sarawakian figures who championed the national language agenda should continue to be remembered, especially the 4th Sarawak Governor, who was also the 3rd Chief Minister of Sarawak, the late Tun Datuk Patinggi Abdul Rahman Yaakob.
Sejarah mencatatkan bahawa pada awal 1970-an, atas desakan dan misi besar beliau sebagai Ketua Menteri Sarawak ketika itu, beliau telah menggesa agar Dewan Bahasa Pustaka masuk ke Sarawak bagi memacu agenda bahasa kebangsaan. Semoga semangat Allahyarham terus marak menyala di bumi kejalang ini.
He said this while speaking on behalf of the Minister of Education, Fadlina Sidek, at DBP's 70th anniversary celebration, officiated by the Sarawak Governor, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar and his wife Tuan Puan Datuk Patinggi Fauzia Muhammad Sanusi here on Monday. Datuk Dr. Anwar stressed that Sarawak is also among the most important states in the agenda of preserving ethnic languages and indigenous languages that are part of the nation's cultural treasures. The organisation of Sarawak Agrofest 2026 SAF 2026 is seen as a strategic platform in empowering the transformation of the state's agro-food sector towards a more modern, high-tech and sustainable one, in line with the efforts to strengthen Sarawak's food security. The High Impact Festival will take place from 25th September to 4th October 2026 in Bintulu, with the opening ceremony scheduled for 28 September and will be officiated by the Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg. Minister for Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development, Datuk Sri Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom, said that SAF 2026 targets 800,000 visitors over the 10 days of the event, in addition to generating a sales value of 6.5 million ringgit. According to him, the main focus of this edition of the festival is to accelerate the transition of the agriculture sector from traditional methods to the use of smart technologies such as automation and digitalization, in addition to strengthening the sustainable food supply chain.
Jadi Sarawak Agrofest bukan sekadar sebuah festival jualan, malah ia merupakan wadah kritikal kerajaan dalam memacu anjakan paradigma sektor pertanian daripada kaedah tradisional kepada pemodenan teknologi baru yang tinggi. Ya.
He said this during press conference at Wisma Bapak Malaysia in Kuching on Tuesday. He said SAF 2026 will feature 14 main segments, including government and private agencies, exhibition pavilions, agro-trade, agro-fresh, agro-tech, agro-input, e-shop farmers, Sarawak kitchen, as well as various produce commodities such as rice, fish, pineapple, sago, nipah and livestock. Archives play a vital role in ensuring that the rights of the people and the state can be defended based on authentic, organized and accessible records for current and future generations. Sarawak Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Law MA 63 and State Federal Relations, Datuk Sharifah Hasidah Said Aman Ghazali, said that historical records and official documents serve not only as references but also as crucial evidence in strengthening Sarawak's position and claims under the Malaysia Agreement 1963 MA 63.
Saya menyeru kepada semua pihak agar terus menyokong usaha pemeliharaan rekod dan bahan arsip. Kita perlu memastikan dokumen penting wilayah Sarawak ini dipelihara dengan baik, didigitalkan. Digitalization is very important. This is where we should go all out to digitalize every information that we have supaya senang kita ada akses kepada bahan-bahan dan fakta-fakta mengenai negeri Sarawak. Arsip yang teguh akan memperkukuhkan pentadbiran, memperkayakan penyelidikan, menyokong keterusan dan menjadi asas kepada generasi merentasi generasi.
She said this during the opening ceremony and forum of the International Archives Week 2026 at Pustaka Negeri Sarawak on Monday. She added that this year's global celebration theme #ArchivesForJustice, Rights, Memory and Futures reminds society that archives are not merely storage spaces for old documents, but are vital institutions that support justice, preserve rights and build the foundation of knowledge for the future. And that's the English edition with me, Melinda Peter. More news can be found in our official portal ukas.sarawak.gov.my and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. We conclude tonight's UKAS Bulletin with the opening ceremony of the Bidayu Cultural Centre Bau and the handing over of the Native Communal Reserve Gazette Section 6 of the Sarawak Land Code and the Land Title Deed Section 18 of the Sarawak Land Code for the Tasik Biru constituency in Bau on Monday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.